Talk about Speak, 2004 Speak. And before I even get into it, I just want to say to Kristen Stewart, baby, you been playing the fuck out them awkward roles. I thought Twilight was the first one you had, but baby, you fucking surprised me, bitch. That's just you know how all actresses and actors find their roles, bitch. That's your role, that awkward ass shit. But let's get into it, because let's talk about the fact that how we be asking people to speak to us and to tell us what's going on when they experience trauma. But when you have an experienced trauma, especially the trauma that they experience, you no longer speak their language. When you go through a traumatic experience, you're now speaking you're speaking your language based on your reality now. So for example, in Speak, she was raped 13, 14 years ago, being raped at a party by a goddamn senior. You feel me? And as soon as she was raped and she wouldn't go tell, she lost all her friends because they thinking that she called the cops to bust them because she was just scared or something. And so she instantly went within. You know, everyone experience and they basically operate differently when they experience trauma. So with her, she went within. Other people may go out doing other shit, lashing out, being for ass, but she kept everything to herself to the point that no one could understand her. But then you had people who either experienced trauma or was going through their own things, could highlight and see when somebody was going through something. They didn't know exactly what she was going through, but they could see her language through her body language. There's different type of languages. And through her teacher, her art teacher, he gave her another form to speak. She didn't have a way to speak. She didn't know how to express herself. She didn't know how to let somebody know what it is that she was feeling. And through art, through her drawing, she was able to share what it was that she had going on within her own self, which even gave her the ability and the courage to use her words, which is the human language, right? And so what we have to do when we are going through trauma, even when we're not going through trauma, when you're healthy, you never went through nothing, or you already healed, we have to realize that sometimes we're not always speaking the same language. Just like if you in the United States and you go to China, you're not just going to magically know these people's languages. Just like when someone go through trauma, you shouldn't magically feel like you just can know what the fuck they need and why they doing what they doing. You have to come through a place of understanding, a place of non-judgment before you can even try to understand. Because if you're already judging a person before you're asking why you're doing this, then you're not even asking to know, you're asking to judge, or you're asking to be right about what you even picked up on. And so what I'm sharing in place right now, when you are noticing that someone isn't speaking your language and you know they've been through something traumatic and you genuinely want to be there for them, the best thing you can do is be at their side where they allow themselves to learn to speak in the way that they know, until they can speak in a way that you both can understand. You're actively choosing to learn this person's language. That's the message, B. Speak up.